What is the most common mode of transportation in your country?
In Sri Lanka, the most common mode of transportation is buses. They are widely available, affordable, and extensively used for commuting within cities and between different regions.
What is the most common mode of transportation in your country? Do you prefer using public transportation or private vehicles?
I prefer using public transportation, especially buses, as they offer a cost-effective and convenient way to travel. They also help reduce traffic congestion and contribute to a greener environment.
Do you prefer using public transportation or private vehicles? Are there any specific challenges or issues related to transportation in your country?
Yes, one challenge in Sri Lanka is the heavy traffic congestion, particularly in urban areas. This can lead to longer commuting times and increased stress for commuters.
Are there any specific challenges or issues related to transportation in your country? Have you ever had any memorable experiences while using public transportation?
Yes, I had a memorable experience while traveling on a train in Sri Lanka. The picturesque views of the lush green countryside and the friendly interactions with fellow passengers made it a memorable journey.
Have you ever had any memorable experiences while using public transportation? Are there any efforts to promote sustainable transportation in your country?
Yes, there are efforts to promote sustainable transportation in Sri Lanka. For example, initiatives such as introducing electric buses, promoting cycling lanes, and encouraging carpooling aim to reduce carbon emissions and promote environmentally friendly transport options.
Are there any efforts to promote sustainable transportation in your country? How accessible is public transportation in your country, especially for people with disabilities?
Public transportation accessibility for people with disabilities in Sri Lanka is gradually improving. Many buses and trains are being modified to provide wheelchair access, and there are efforts to make stations and bus stops more disability-friendly.
How accessible is public transportation in your country, especially for people with disabilities? Are there any traditional or unique modes of transportation in your country?
Yes, in Sri Lanka, traditional modes of transportation include trishaws, which are a popular choice for short trips, and bullock carts, which are still used in rural areas for agricultural purposes and cultural events.
Are there any traditional or unique modes of transportation in your country? How do you think technology has influenced transportation in your country?
Technology has influenced transportation in Sri Lanka by introducing ride-hailing services like Uber and PickMe, which provide convenient and reliable options for commuting. Mobile apps also provide real-time information on bus and train schedules, making travel planning easier.
How do you think technology has influenced transportation in your country? Can you recall a situation where you had to navigate through a transportation challenge?
Yes, there was a time when I had to navigate through a transportation challenge due to a sudden bus strike. I had to quickly adapt and find alternative modes of transportation to reach my destination on time.
Can you recall a situation where you had to navigate through a transportation challenge? How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected transportation in your country?
The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly affected transportation in Sri Lanka. Travel restrictions reduced public transport capacities, and health and safety measures have resulted in changes in commuting patterns and increased reliance on private vehicles and walking for shorter distances.
How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected transportation in your country?